Okay. Howdy, y'all. Real quick. So, first off, I love Zendaya. I love Robert Pattinson. Zendaya can sometimes be a little fly on her performance, but she's still great. Now, I didn't have any idea what I was getting into in this movie. Me and my girlfriend seen this trailer for this movie called The Drama about a month ago. We went to the movies to see Scream 7. Terrible movie. But I was interested in the trailer. We haven't looked into it since, and now it's out. Well, like 10 days ago, as of recording. And, it's out. Great performances by both main actors. Everyone's great in it, actually. Okay, so we start off a couple days before their wedding. They're getting their vows together, or what seems to be vows, but it turns out they're just speeches for the wedding. It's all lovely and sweet. I think we only see Robert Pattinson's. His name's Charlie, I think. But we don't see Zendaya's. As Robert's reading, he makes his best friend cry because it's so fucking sweet. We're told how they first met, and it's cute and adorable. He meets her in a lobby/cafe. Can't remember which one. He notices her reading a book, and he watches her for a while, like a creep. And after a while, he musters up a little bit of courage to go and talk to her. And it's funny because he goes on a little spiel about how he read the book or whatever the fuck, and she doesn't hear him. We see that she has an earbud in, but just one in, and he's trying to talk to her through the other one. Turns out she's fucking deaf. They start over, they hit it off, and boom, great. Well, one thing. I will say I fell in love with the sound design. I think it's perfectly executed. There's a moment in this movie where Robert Pattinson's cursing, having a meltdown, and as he's cursing, it cuts with a phone beep. So it sounds like he censored himself or whatever. Anyway, that was good. All right. So for the most part, we start off as a normal romance movie until we meet their friends in a wine tasting scene. Now, this scene pisses me the fuck off, I gotta say. So, everything's fine and dandy. It's a normal scene. They're talking about whatever the fuck, the wedding. And Rachel is her name. She brings up something terrible that her boyfriend did, but she wants him to tell it. So, he's like, oh, I'll tell it as long as everyone else tells what they done. What worst thing they done. Okay. Well, I guess his is pretty tame. He says he had this girl that he didn't like, and one day they were walking home or something, and a loose dog came up and started attacking him. Well, he used her as a human shield. Now, you think that's bad. Well, we get to Rachel, and she's talking about how there was this disabled kid in the woods, and she fucking locked him in the closet in the woods. She didn't tell nobody, and the cops didn't find him for like a couple days. When she's all laughing about it and shit. Fucking psycho. So we get to Robert, and his is pretty fucking tame compared to them two. He's over here talking about how he just cyberbullied somebody. Like, okay. After what I heard, that's fine. Whatever. But then we get to Zendaya. Now, I didn't know how to take this in. This caught me at a surprise, I gotta say. But she starts going in. She feels vulnerable enough to explain how when she was younger, she brought a gun to school planning a mass shooting. Now, it's a very sensitive issue, a very sensitive topic. Rightfully so, right? However, I don't believe what happens next is genuine. Because Rachel decides to put her 2 cents in instead of, assessing the situation further or whatever, inquiring further. She's just like, my cousin's paralyzed because of a school shooter. You know that. I told you guys. And everybody's just like, what? You never told us why. Yeah, she got shot at school. And you're telling me that you planned to... And I totally understand, and her feelings are justified. Okay. But at the same time, she didn't go through with it. Now, why didn't she go through with it? Well, Zendaya explains that another school shooting happened, or another mass shooting happened at least. So all the attention went off of her, and she's just like, oh, 2 in one day, oh, fuck. That's too much. That's where we draw the line. But then she starts explaining how they're having like debates about it in school, and she gets bothered when one kid says, oh, it's mainly a male issue. It's mainly a male issue that's shooting up schools and shit. She takes offense to it, and she's like, no, women deal with issues like that too. And that catches the eye of somebody, and he asks her if she wants to join like some protests and stuff, and like some movement. And she became very anti-gun. So she became a gun control I don't know, person, gun control person, whatever the fuck, advocator. There we go. That's the word. Well, after she explains all that, they're still like, bitch, like, are you serious? Like, you're not joking? Like, everyone else, like it's all fine. And then they do. I'm just pissed because why the fuck is Rachel so fucking pressed? She's the one that fucking can't let it go. Like, bitch, you left a disabled boy in the woods for 2 days. Like, didn't tell nobody, didn't plan on it, didn't give a fuck. But you're judging her so righteously as if she's some sort of standard for morality or humanity. Fuck her. Piece of shit. Anyways, next scene. Robert and Zendaya, they go back home, they argue a little bit, and they both agree to go to sleep, talk about it in the morning, whatever. Well, Robert can't shake it. He's having like nightmares and shit. Well, in the morning, he starts going over his speech, and he starts deleting shit. He it's so fucked up because he has all this sweet shit, and he's reading it. He's like, oh, you can tell he's just like, this bitch ain't anything like I thought. He feels betrayed and, I don't know, embarrassed. Oh, I forgot. Zendaya threw up all over the dining table. That's why they left. That's a big thing to fucking mention. Oops. Anyways, yeah, so he starts asking people, and there's a scene where he's talking to his best friend, and his best friend is just like, oh, you can't marry this psychotic bitch. You got to call the cops or whatever the fuck. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't think you can call the cops on shit like that unless they unless they're like talking about they feel the same way and think the same way or whatever the fuck. They have to be like a danger to society in America. And even then, I don't even think. Anyway, so it goes back and forth with with Robert talking to Zendaya and his friends, and Zendaya is talking about how she wants to just forget about anything, like just move forward. Like, it was a long time ago. She was in a terrible place. She was kind of like sucked into it. It was kind of like the environment at the time where she was. She thought it was cool. Like that. Kind of a lazy excuse, but honestly very realistic. Anyways, Robert is just lost at this point. So they try to just forget it. And he's trying to defend her in front of his friends. He goes to, I think he works with them. And he's talking to them, and he's trying to explain her side because he kind of understands it now. And he's kind of just like, well, it's kind of like the culture of America, and they fucking take offense to it. And I kind of agree with him, honestly. It's a fucking, we have a gun culture, and sometimes it gets really fucking crazy, or it gets out of hand. Certain people take it too far. Anyway, this bitch Rachel sits there and says, oh yeah, by the way, my cousin that was crippled by the school shooting. Remember I told you that? She's coming over here so I can ask her if it's okay to go to the wedding. Because I don't think it's right or respectful that I go without letting her know or getting her opinion. And I'm just like, who the fuck is your cousin? They don't know her. Why does she matter? Just because of the story you heard? She's using... I don't know. Rachel's a bitch. End of story. Anyways, as Robert's leaving the building, he runs into the cousin. And he's so fucking awkward. It's so fucking terrible. He's practically harassing this poor woman. He's just like, lady, like, we're good people. Just so you know. We're not bad people. And she's just like, okay, like, I'm just here to meet my cousin. Like, she doesn't even fucking know. She's just being used, you know? So Robert's over here just fucking, like, she's trying to leave and he fucking grabs her, kind of, or, like, stops her, and she's just looking at him like, oh my God. So, it's fucking terrible. Anyway, Robert goes back to his job, and he's trying to, like, vent to his, like, coworker, something like that. He's trying to vent to his coworker, but it doesn't go as planned. He asks her about the whole situation. Oh, like, what if your boyfriend, as a kid, planned a whole school shooting, and the only reason he didn't was because there was another one, and it took the limelight. And she's just like, well, that's fucking psycho, you don't think? And if I found out today, then I would call the cops still. And I'm still thinking to myself, like, the fuck are the cops gonna do? They're gonna be like, okay, ma'am, has he shot anyone? Like, do you like, what the fuck are they gonna do? Investigate something? I don't know. Maybe they'll do something depending on what state they're in. I don't know. New York, I don't know the laws. So he starts freaking out. And his coworker comes up trying to fucking hug him and shit and be like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. But I don't know. He starts fucking bawling his eyes out and then starts rubbing up on her and then starts making out with her. And it does kind of look a little forceful, but at the same time, she's just like going along with it, unbuttoning. And then she flips around, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And then he stops and starts crying, and she's just there all fucking messy. And, oh, man, some of this shit was hard to watch, I gotta say. I don't know if it was great acting, terrible writing. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was something. Okay, so the wedding scene. Yeah, not much to say, actually. It's a beautiful, beautiful venue, whatever. You can tell Robert's freaking the fuck out. Zendaya's stressed out, but she's trying to fucking go through with the wedding, trying to act normal, but she's looking at fucking Rachel looking like a bitch because she decides to show up still. She's worried that Rachel's gonna fucking tell everybody something. She's over there whispering to everybody, but she can't tell. Anyway, Zendaya goes to the bathroom. And she overhears somebody talking, and she thinks Rachel's over there blabbing her fucking mouth because she hears something about school shooting. Now, I can't tell with this movie if it was like in her head or she actually heard it. I'm gonna assume she actually fucking heard it, but she storms out there. Nobody's around, so she's freaking the fuck out. Anyway, the closest person around is Robert Pattinson's coworker, and she like rushes her in the room trying to like talk to her to see if she knows anything about the school shooting or whatever the fuck. And Robert Pattinson's in there because he's freaking the fuck out. And the coworker's just sitting there like, I don't know what the fuck is happening. So she starts fucking spilling the beans, saying that, oh, he kissed me. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what to do. Whatever the fuck. So Zendaya's freaking the fuck out about that. So they have to go back to the reception and act like nothing fucking happened. But the coworker tries to get the one up on Robert and be like, she's telling her boyfriend like Robert harassed her sexually, and the boyfriend's all riled up. So when it comes to fucking like saying their speech and shit, Robert's fumbling. He doesn't know what the fuck to say. He can't remember his words. He calls her repulsive. Like it's fucked up. And he says sorry. He mentions the school shooting. It's all kinds of fucked. All kinds. So finally the boyfriend fucking gets mad enough to fucking call him out and be like, yo, what the fuck is up? And Robert gets his ass fucking beat. And then we cut to him going back to his apartment, and he plays the song that him and Zendaya plays when Zendaya wants to rage bait him. He starts dancing to it. And I think the scene's really awesome. He's all fucked up, but he is a fucking cheat. Everybody's mental in this movie. Anyway, it cuts to him walking to the diner It cuts to him walking to a diner. He orders, a burger and fries and shit. And he's sitting down at the booth, and he notices Zendaya walk by. She's in her wedding dress and an orange puffer jacket. She walks up to the counter, orders some burger and fries, and asks to sit next to him. He says yes, of course. She sits down, and they start over. They start over as if this is their first time meeting. They both smile, and the credits roll. Now, good movie. That's what I'd say. But a whole lot of nothing. I don't feel bad for watching it. I just feel like, honestly, not a movie theater movie. Keep that shit at home. That'll be my take. It wasn't terrible. It was just, don't spend like $50 fucking bucks going to the theaters watching it. It was very anticlimactic. Everybody overreacted about everything. But I don't know. Can't wait to see him in Batman. Euphoria season 3's out. Go watch it. Whatever the fuck. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.